Hi everyone, and thank you for stopping by Miss B's Corner once again. I really appreciate all of you who have been watching my videos and have been commenting and just leaving little notes for me. I truly appreciate it. It means that I may be on to something. If you could hit that like and subscribe, as well as share my video with other people who you think may need some of the information that I'm putting out. As you know, if you're a senior citizen, most definitely other senior citizens need to make sure, you need to make sure that they hear it and that they trying to trying to get rid of some of the myths, because there are a lot of myths out there. So let's just make sure we share the information. Also, today I will be going over we hear a lot about the Social Security Trust Fund. So I'm going to go over the 5 proposals that I've come across that are to help increase to extend the Social Security Trust Fund. As most of us knows, the money that we pay in off of our income and FICA tax goes into a Social Security Trust Fund that which is where we get our Social Security payments from. So once you retire and you start getting Social Security, your check, the amount of your check comes from that fund, as well as, and I didn't know this before I started looking at all this stuff, if part of your FICA tax or that, I think it's the Medicare, Medicaid tax, also goes for paying those private insurance companies who operate Medicare Advantage plans. So there's 2 types of Medicare plans besides the regular A and B, Medicare A and B. And there's a Medicare Advantage plan. Those are paid by your tax dollars as well. So I didn't really know that until now. And the supplement plans, of course, you pay a premium for those, as well as you're paying a premium for your Medicare Part B. So that's just a little history, just giving you one little nugget I didn't understand. But anyway, the 5 proposals that are out to extend the trust fund, from what I understand, the trust fund should start, it will start decline. It will, how can I say it? The trust fund is solvent right now. In 2037 or so, they're thinking that it's going to take a drastic turn. What's the one thing that they're thinking about is reducing the amount of everybody's benefits. So if you're currently getting Social Security benefits and you're receiving them at 2037, you may receive a 20% reduction in your Social Security benefit, and then a few years later there's a possibility that there may be another reduction. But in order to hold that off, Congress is supposed to be trying to come up with ways to increase the revenue, because usually if you can't increase the number of people that are paying into the system, you have to increase the revenue. You have to increase it someplace, or else eventually you do run out of money. So one of the things that is on the table which is always on the table, is to increase the full retirement age. Currently, the full retirement age is for people born 1960 and later is 67. So 65 went by the wayside a long time ago. It's 67. So they're trying to take that to 69 right now. Don't know. I know the last time they said they tried, it didn't work. So they're still going to try again to take it out to 69 or to 70. Um, and of course, how they pay out the benefits, there's like a graduated amount. The longer you wait, the more you get, because you can start at 62, but and if you go up and wait until you're 70, then you can get a higher benefit amount. The longer you delay up through 70, the more money you can get. So, that's one thing. They're trying to get that full retirement age up to 69. That way you don't get a higher benefit at 67. That's the difference, 2-year difference. The other thing is to slow down the COLA adjustments yearly. We know that they give a cost of living increase based on inflation. So, of course, we've been experiencing a lot of inflation lately. So, those COLA adjustments, depending on the rate of inflation, may be very high. So, they're trying to kind of slow that down and dial that back a little bit in order to save money there. The third one is to increase the payroll taxes to 6.5%, which is an increase. The current payroll tax is for an individual is 6.2%. So the individual employee pays 6.2, the employer pays 6.2, which comes out to your 12.5. But they're trying to they're going to try to increase that to 6.5. So that'll take it up to 13% for both between the employer and the individual. Don't know if that one's going to work or not, because businesses may not want to pay that extra 3%, that extra 0.3%, per employee. That could add up for them, could be a higher business expense for them. But if we're going to give them a tax break, I say let's get some of it back. Also, the other thing is to smash the cap. And what that is to remove the income tax, the current cap on the income amount that is paid into the system. So currently, if you make $300,000, you pay only the FICA tax on the first $176,000. After that, you don't pay FICA tax anymore for the rest of your income. And they're trying to get to where you could pay on the whole $300,000 of income, or 500, or whatever your income amount is, then that you'll pay the full amount on your FICA taxes. That would definitely help increase revenue. And it's also saying basically that they think that if we did that, it could extend the fund for another 75 years. So that would help out a lot. And they're also talking about looking at taxing investment income. I said revenue. Taxing investment income. So that's another thing. That's a place where if you have investment income, you don't pay those tax. You're not paying into the FICA system. So they're just trying to see what's going to work best. And the fifth and last one is a means test, where they're looking at the top 20% of earners just to assess their eligibility. I had to get that word out, eligibility, and to see if maybe they may not have to take a Social Security benefit. I mean, if you pay into the system, you rightfully should be able to, withdraw your money, even if you're a high earner. because you may not been a high earner your entire career. You may have only gotten promotions and everything that take you up to that amount, but nobody really starts at that amount. Very few people. So I mean, those are all just ideas on what one way or another to help extend that Social Security trust fund. And I know those of us that are collecting Social Security right now, we're like, okay, so 2737 is around the corner. So we need to figure out something before we run out of money. Okay, and the other thing I wanted to go over today was I saw a lot of videos that were talking about $2,400, an extra $2,400 in your Social Security check. And I was like, that's clickbait. That's just not right. I don't think that's true. So what I did was just did a little bit of digging, and I found out, yeah, it's clickbait. It's not. If I say it's not true, it's not. It hasn't been decided yet. So it's something that may happen, but it's nothing that's been decided. So what happened was Bernie Sanders submitted a bill to smash that FICA cap that we were just talking about, as well as to propose an extra $200 a month in benefits on people who are currently receiving Social Security. So he wants you to get an extra $200 a month, and he wants to smash the cap. So he's trying to make up for giving you extra money as well as bringing in more revenue. But that hasn't been decided yet. It hasn't been talked about. It hasn't been put on the House floor. It hasn't been debated. It hasn't been anything yet. So there is no extra $200 or $2,400 that anyone is going to get right now. So let's just understand, when you see that, that's more or less what it is. It's a clickbait, and they're getting you to click on their videos, but then when you click it, then they start telling you how it's just a proposal, and that's one of the many things that may happen. But yeah, just understand, when you see it someplace, don't even bother to click, because it's not happening just yet. As it gets closer, we can cover it and make sure that it is viable once they get it into a proposal where the House starts talking about it and starts to vote on it. That's when we can start talking about it. Now, there is a area where people will get increased benefits, and that was a part of the Social Security Fairness Act. And you see me looking over to the side, so I'm not looking down today. I'm looking to the side because my notes are in a spot where okay, I'm making sure my thing is still going. My notes are in a spot that I can look over to the side today and not look down on my notepad. Yay, amen. So under the Social Security Fairness Act, 3.2 million seniors will receive increased benefits. So, and I got this directly off the Social Security website under their Windfall Elimination Provision Act. So it says the Social Security Administration announced it is immediately beginning to pay retroactive benefits and will increase monthly benefit payments to the people whose benefits have been affected by the Windfall Elimination Provision, WEP, and the Government Pension Offset, GPO. These provisions reduce or eliminate the Social Security benefit of it reduced or eliminated the Social Security benefit of over 3.2 million people who received a pension based on work that was not covered by Social Security. they call it a covered pension because they didn't pay Social Security taxes. And basically they were working like for state and local entities. They were like teachers, firefighters, policemen, city workers. They weren't paying into the FICA because their entities had them paying into their pension. So they're going back and cleaning this up. And this is why I went directly to the source. So many of the people who will receive higher monthly benefits, which will first be reflected in their benefit payment they receive in April, depending on the factors such as type of Social Security benefit received and the amount of the person's pension. The change in the payment amount will vary from person to person. So there's no set amount that any one person will receive, but that they will be sending those out. From what the newsletter said is that people should have their payments by the end of March. That's why they're saying it will be reflected in your April benefit amount. That's when the increase in your benefits will come out, and you should receive the retroactive pay in March, sometime during the month of March. So now that is something that is true, that people will be getting extra money, but that's not everyone. That's only a small group of recipients, which is a good thing. So just to make sure. So that's all I had for this video. I hope this information helped a few of you just to understand what's going on, because we have a lot of changes coming, as well as kind of make sure that we understand both of the things that we see out there when it says that people are getting extra money, that you understand where that's coming from and what it is. And also just to make sure, my next video, I'm going to talk about scams. The Social Security Administration just put out, they had a stop the scam or something, but I'll get the exact name of it back on March 6th, to kind of make sure that the public keeps aware of some of the scams that are going on, or just beware of scammers, period. So what I'm going to do is my next video will go over some of those tips, okay? Well, if you've watched this far, I appreciate it and thank you. Hit that like and subscribe button. Share the video so we can get this information out to others, so that they're not falling prey to all of these things that are going out there. Okay, thank you and have a great day.